moving can be a hassle.
I was mortified. I felt stupid. I felt like I had gotten bamboozled.
And picking the wrong mover
We're looking for Sean Thompson.
can leave customers feeling boxed in.
We felt very intimidated. We were very concerned we would never even see our stuff again.
Complaints have been mounting against a man who appears to own a number of moving companies across the state, including some here in Central Florida.
And right now, the state is actively investigating his companies. Action on Consumer investigator Jeff Deal is live in the studio with us. And Jeff, consumers claim the movers threatened to actually hold their belongings hostage.
Yes, Martha, after they had everything on the truck, we're talking everything from personal items to furniture, they come back with a new price. And if customers don't pay, well, they told us the company threatened to keep their belongings.
Yeah, right there you can see it was more damage. It was actually like crushed a little bit.
If damage to his belongings was the worst part of his experience with Stellar Relocation, Mackenzie Weeb would feel lucky.
It's not really a company. It was like a racket.
Originally quoted at $850, he and his dad carefully detailed what he had to move to his parents' house in DeLand. The contract listed other possible costs, but it was only after all of his belongings were on the moving truck did he find out it was nearly $3,400, 4 times the original estimate.
They said, okay, now it was like under their possession. They were going to go put it in a warehouse.
Instead, he allowed the movers to follow him to his bank to get cash. They demanded more money on the other end from his mom in DeLand, cash only.
You're alone against the 3 of them, and these people are clearly trained not to be movers, but to be bullies.
When she couldn't provide enough cash, she claims they just dumped everything into a pile in the driveway. Stellar Relocation is a fictitious business name owned by One Man, One Van, LLC. The man behind that company, Sean Thompson.
It's Monday morning. Let's get that energy going. Let's get that business going. Let's get that money flowing.
Thompson and what appears to be his main company, Thompson Nation Holdings, LLC, are connected in state records to a number of other moving companies. Some you see listed here. The state received so many complaints about Thompson and his companies, the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services launched an investigation, and it issued an administrative complaint. It found they held goods hostage despite customers paying or offering to pay the original amount on the invoice. Their trucks didn't have proper insurance, and they operated some fake companies with fake addresses. At 2 addresses in Orlando, no one answered. And when we traveled to South Florida to another business,
We're looking for Sean Thompson. Do you know Sean Thompson?
a man in a green Mercedes said he didn't know Thompson and no one answered at the shop. It appeared there was a One Man, One Van truck parked out back, and that same green car, it was parked at a home owned by Thompson when we stopped by a little later.
Sorry, we're not interested. Have a great day.
Florida law requires moving companies to accept at least 2 forms of payment. Cash or cash equivalents like money orders are considered one form. Credit card is another option. A personal check, a third option. The state alleges Thompson Nation only gave one option in many cases, and the state denied the company's attempt to renew its license to do moves within Florida.
It was like the truck is locked and we're not unlocking it, and you're not getting your stuff unless you give us more money.
And when I called the phone number listed for Thompson Nation Holdings, I was told that I had the wrong number, and the company hasn't responded to my email either. The state investigation, though, is ongoing.
All right, and so Jeff, I know this isn't the end of your story. You've got more tonight coming up at 10 and 11.
Exactly right. I spoke with the Better Business Bureau, and they have F ratings for 8 companies connected to Thompson. So we're going to speak with them about that, and also what to look out for when you are trying to hire movers. We also found some pretty interesting things in lawsuits that were filed against Thompson and his companies.
Boy, the stories sound like they're endless with that situation.
Lots going on.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll see you tonight.